Yo, welcome to this episode. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin Cash, specifically Bitcoin Cash, where we're at with the St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Marteen adoption, where we are with Bitcoin Cash price, where we are specifically. I would recommend to go back and watch my live stream, guys, because there is a lot of stuff going on with this closing point on the former cryptocurrency exchange Mt.Gox. This has been a almost 9-year court battle that has been happening in Japan. It is finally coming to a close, so please go back and watch this live stream. I'm going to try to dive into Bitcoin Cash here, but go back and watch the live stream because you have to remember that these Mt.Gox victims, their money was not tied up in just Bitcoin. It is now tied up in Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Gold, and questionably Bitcoin Diamond even, if you want to get super specific. But I don't want to touch about this here. Go back and watch the live stream that I did earlier today. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about where are we at with St. Kitts and Nevis adoption? Where are we at with St. Marteen adopting Bitcoin Cash as a legal tender, a legal form of tender? And let's just dive right into it, guys, girls. Thanks for watching. So this guy was arrested. I believe he's out now. I haven't not been following it super hardcore, but I've put Mr. Rolando Brison in some of my videos, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm at all throwing guilt on this individual. I know really nothing about what's has gone on in his reality. I don't know what has happened exactly, and nobody really does. So I want to be clear on that. Nobody has this gentleman is innocent as far as I'm concerned until proven guilty. And he might be innocent even if he is proven guilty. We just don't know. We can't make assumptions on things that we don't know. We weren't there. Only he knows, and the people that are involved in this know if there is any involvement tied to this in the first place. So basically, here's where we're at with Bitcoin Cash, guys. If you don't know what Bitcoin Cash is, it's a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the entire world. It works better than Bitcoin Core. It always has, it always will. Now, where we're at with this stuff in terms of adoption 6 years later, since the original Bitcoin Cash hard fork on Bitcoin Core, this is where we're at with it. We had a Bitcoin Cash conference last November. This was one of the main figures at the conference pushing for Bitcoin Cash adoption in St. Marteen, the country that he is involved in parliament in. He was also, basically touting and building up momentum behind the idea of St. Marteen adopting Bitcoin Cash as a form of legal tender. Now, this was on major news outlets across the Caribbean. This was on major news outlets that cover cryptocurrency. I believe it was on CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, various other Bitcoinist.com. A lot of news outlets were covering this specific individual, this specific themed articles in regards to Bitcoin Cash being adopted across St. Marteen, St. Kitts and Nevis, and this gentleman, Rolando Brison, was kind of the one pushing for a lot of this media coverage and attention, and potentially behind the driving force to put the content out there for the media to even see. So he's been arrested. I mean, let's just jump to the point. He's been arrested. It's been a couple weeks. I think it's been over a month at this point. But basically, he's claiming it was shocking for a moment. It was a shocking moment for himself. He's a member of parliament, said Wednesday that he addressed his recent detention on charges of bribery and subsequent release, for which he remains a suspect. Speaking during the notification round of meeting table of parliament, blah, 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 blah. Basically, I don't want to read this. I'll drop this in the link description. But basically, this is kind of what happened. We were getting the build-up on Bitcoin Cash being adopted in St. Marteen, where this gentleman is a member of parliament. And basically, then out of nowhere, we were getting these news articles saying that St. Marteen and was going to adopt Tron cryptocurrency, and it was almost out of nowhere. It was like, what the fuck? Like, Tron, where did this come from? And if you kind of look at the timeline between the Bitcoin Cash conference when he was promoting this as Bitcoin Cash being a legal form of tender in St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as his country of St. Marteen, this really came as a shock to me when I heard this thing about St. Marteen being Tron being adopted in St. Marteen. I was like, what the fuck? And but if you look at the timeline, like, look what has happened with Tron. Look what has happened with these basically bad actors in crypto, and a lot of them are Hollywood actors. There was I don't know the names. I did an episode about it, but basically Justin Sun has paid Hollywood actors and actresses. Go back and watch the episode, guys. I did a short video on it on Tron, and it's kind of tied up to this whole scandal of like promoting Tron, promoting cryptocurrencies in general. And I personally believe that if there is something going on here, I don't even really need to read this article, because this is just him trying to explain himself. I want to make it clear to everyone that I will not be putting any press statement in this regard where I will ask anyone if I ever received any such message or any sort of reports going forward. I don't want to read this article because this is him explaining himself, explaining his innocence, which he might be. But Justin Sun has a history of paying people. I mean, you guys know about his lunch with Warren Buffett, that he paid the most in human history to go to lunch and talk about crypto with Warren Buffett. So he has a history of like paying people to promote his cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency in general. Now, I personally don't feel that that is necessarily a bad thing. I do not feel. Now, whether or not that's coming out of the Tron ecosystem in terms of that kind of thing, that's on people holding Tron. I don't hold any Tron, so I'm not super even worried about that. But all I'm saying is there's a direct line and timeline in history of Justin Sun paying people to promote cryptocurrency. Now, did he pay Rolando Brison to push Tron as legal tender in the Caribbean? Is there, deeper connections between Justin Sun and potentially Roger Ver that we don't know? I don't know. I don't want to speculate on the wrong stuff because it doesn't matter. All I know is that cryptocurrency is not a legal tender currently right now in St. Marteen and or in St. Kitts and Nevis. But here's the kicker. It doesn't have to be deemed a legal currency for it to be great. It's already being used in St. Kitts and Nevis. You can go down there, and as long as I believe, if you're in the downtown area, I have not been there, but from videos I've seen online, it's very prevalent in the tourist areas of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, I'm not sure if you go maybe on the other side where the locals live, if they're really using it as much, but they have been exposed to it, and I'm sure they have a wallet on their phone. So we don't need, my point of this shocking development that's occurred since the Bitcoin Cash conference up till now is we don't need the government's permission to accept Bitcoin Cash as a means of payment. We don't need Rolando Brison to push it through Parliament. Even though it is a good thing he is, it's not needed. Like, it's not needed. And I hope this guy has not gone above and beyond whether he was paid or not to push this, and now just been, swarmed by politicians, swarmed by the court, just because he's trying to do something good. And we don't know. This guy could be totally innocent. If he got payments to promote it, whatever. I mean, come on, guys. Is it that bad to pay somebody to promote something? It happens all the time. Go on YouTube, click on an ad, every single ad. Those people are just actors being paid to promote something. So I don't know what Rolando Brison's thoughts are on cryptocurrency at its root core. He seems genuine. I like this guy. I think he is trying to push Bitcoin Cash. And if he's trying to push Tron, then he's trying to push Tron too. You have to put yourself in other people's shoes. Everything in this world is about money. And if you think it's not, you're lying to yourself. And it's just because you don't have any that you think that. Everything is driven by money. So we can't take this out of the equation, but it's my own personal belief that if there was something going on here with the timeline of Bitcoin Cash conference to now, and the move from Bitcoin Cash being pushed in St. Marteen and St. Kitts and Nevis, and really St. Marteen, where this gentleman's parliament is, he's a part of the parliament at, there was this thing with Tron that was circulating on the internet. Now, let's just sum it up. Justin Sun has a history of doing this kind of stuff. The CEO or developer of Tron, or main guy in Tron, he has a history of doing this stuff. So we can't take that out of the equation. Now, do I think it's wrong? You know, is it considered a bribe? If you're a politician, yeah. So, I mean, this is a choice Brison had to make, not me, not anybody else. All we can do is watch this stuff from the sidelines and, you know, try to cheer him on. I mean, he's trying. You got to give the guy credit. He's trying, whether he's trying to push Tron, whether he's trying to push Bitcoin Cash, it doesn't really matter. He's trying. So we'll go ahead and wrap this part up on Mr. Rolando Brison. I hope the best. I hope, you know, this isn't something he has to deal with long term. Hopefully you guys read through this. I'm not going to read through it, but, you know, hopefully everything will work out for this guy, and he'll try to promote Bitcoin Cash and Tron in the future, honestly. So what else we got talking about Bitcoin Cash? So yeah, this thing's pretty huge coming up too. So this article's dated a little back farther. There's been coverage on it among the Bitcoin Cash community. I just want to retouch on it because it is important. This article is dated January 13th of this year. It's when Bitcoin Cash, at the beginning of the year, guys, you have to remember, Bitcoin Cash did take a jump above and quicker than most cryptocurrencies. It was one of the first one that did so. And if we look at some of these other coins in the past, like Osmisigo compared to Ethereum, we could argue that sometimes when these coins take off ahead of the others, it is a signal of something in the near future going to happen. Now, it's been almost, 4 months since then? So Bitcoin Cash has kind of gone down against Bitcoin Core. It's kind of leveled out with Ethereum, and it's leveled out against dollars. So, you know, that really didn't play out. But this timeline isn't any certain timeline. It is just a timeline of where we're at now. It's not indicative of where it's going, and it's not indicative of what could happen next. So I don't want to hyper focus on the wrong stuff. What we know is that there's an upgrade coming. There is a hard fork upgrade coming. Now, is this really defined as a hard fork? I don't know. If you're a dev, drop it in the comment. CoinDesk has a tendency to put words that aren't accurate in their articles. They just do. I've seen it before. But apparently, we have this hard fork coming up in May. You guys have heard about it. It's cash tokens. It's going to enable decentralized applications directly on Bitcoin Cash. Just like smart contracts, functionally that could be allowed on Bitcoin Cash applications built that offer recurring payments, derivatives trading, crowdfunding opportunities, among other uses to Bitcoin Cash users. So yes, this is where we were at with Bitcoin Cash has basically gone into now building Ethereum on top of Bitcoin Cash. And I know that's kind of hard for one to grasp. Like, how are we going to build Ethereum on top of Bitcoin Cash? Well, we could have done it on Bitcoin had we had the room in the blocks to do so. And the entire ICO boom would have happened on Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin, in 2017, but it didn't happen. So where we're at right now with Bitcoin Cash is in May, somewhere around in May, we are adding the May hard fork, and it's going to bring added security and privacy to the Bitcoin Cash network. Now, we already have privacy on Bitcoin Cash. It's an ongoing development on Bitcoin Cash. It's going to continue to get better. It's Cash Fusion. Look it up. I don't have any of the documents or information ahead of it, so I don't want to try to explain that I know everything about it. I do not. But we have a lot of these other things that have made price pumps happen on other coins now coming to Bitcoin Cash. They're coming in May. We're getting cash tokens. We're going to have the ability for decentralized applications, that kind of thing. So it's huge, guys. I mean, it is huge. Sorry guys, I got a little text I gotta respond to. But so my point is we are moving along with Bitcoin Cash, guys. There is no definitive timeline on any of this stuff. I want you to understand that. There's no, just because you want the price to go up, so do I. It doesn't go up based on how much you want it to go up. It goes up based on what is going on in cryptocurrency and what we have going on. Like I said, go back and watch the live stream on Mt.Gox. This is huge. This Mt.Gox thing is huge. So I think this whole Mt.Gox thing coming to a close, people, the fact that this much Bitcoin Cash is going to be put back into circulation, into the hands of other wallets, into the hands of other individuals, this in itself is probably one of the biggest things, along with this May Hardfork, where we're getting cash tokens, where we're getting these decentralized dApps, that kind of thing being able to be built on top of Bitcoin Cash. This is going to build a lot of momentum for Bitcoin Cash moving forward. It's not like Bitcoin Cash is over-promising, under-delivering in this timeline. Yes, the price looks like this now, but we are fulfilling the timelines we're actually moving faster than Bitcoin Core. We got Schnorr signatures first. I mean, we got a lot of stuff first, and now this stuff is moving. And I think we're going to see a switch. I really do. And it only takes one giant pump. I made a video about the pump. It only takes one giant pump on Bitcoin Cash in a matter of 2 weeks, and Bitcoin Cash is a frontline coin back where it should be. But we haven't experienced that yet. I will jump into the price a little bit and wrap this episode up. On Bitcoin, we've been trending down. It's just the facts. It is the facts. We have been trending down on Bitcoin Core. It's nothing new. I made a video somewhere around here, hoping for a bottom. We've kept coming down. It's actually, I think, right here, we've kept coming down, but we haven't came down that much. Yeah, we're down 50% from where we were at last year, but in the realm of crypto, that's not that bad. We have came down a tremendous amount from where we were at, but again, if we were just to come up here somewhere in this area, it would be a game changer for anybody new coming into crypto, and it would validate and it would verify for all the current bag holders that this stuff's definitely where in our minds it's supposed to be. And we can go back and look at the Bitcoin SV for it, but I don't want to really make this episode a technical thing, because it shouldn't be. What I'm saying is just hang in there, guys. I mean, this is if you have more money, think of Bitcoin Cash like this. Like, if you've bought in Bitcoin Cash in the past and it's dropped, well, if you have the opportunity to buy it now, think about doing that. Don't think about, well, I'm down this much. That's a stupid way to think of it. People that did this, that bought BTC Core, they didn't think like this. When they lost money on Mt.Gox, they didn't think like this. If they believed in cryptocurrency after the crash of Mt.Gox, where pretty much most people, the average people that were new to crypto, lost money, they went back and learned about it. They figured out how to protect their crypto. And now, look, Bitcoin Core has climbed to, seismic gains above where it was in 2013 and 14. So it's not a good way to look at it, of just complaining about Bitcoin Cash price being down. If people did that in Bitcoin in 2014, they'd be kicking themselves in the ass now, when it went down from $1,000 to $200 and then back up to 20,000 and then to 60, almost 70,000. So it's all irrelevant and stupid to think that way. Think about the opportunity. Don't think about the obligation. You're not obligated to stay in Bitcoin Cash. You don't like the project, you don't like the stuff going on, you don't like the price, then get the fuck out. I mean, sorry, we don't need people here that are going to be like bitching, grinding, and whining and moaning about the price go up. If you guys want a price go up, go buy every new ICO coin that's happening internationally, and all these meme coins, and have your gambling fix there. We're trying to build out scalable money for the world, and that's going to take time. Sorry. We have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of trading pairs with XRP, Mt.Gox tied up. We now have Grayscale basically putting this volume down to basically zilch on Bitcoin Cash. So we have a lot of stuff we're trying to overcome, and we don't need people here just complaining about the fucking price. This shoulda, coulda, woulda attitude doesn't help anybody. Be happy you're part of Bitcoin Cash, and if you're not, go find a community that you'll be happy with. Go to the blackjack table and gamble your life away and see if you get money that way. But this coin is here to stay. So get comfortable with it. Yeah? I'm gonna end this episode, guys. I don't mean to be a dick, but a lot of people were kind of complaining about Bitcoin Cash price, and go back and look at Bitcoin. People complained about the price then, and those are the same people that didn't buy more. So if you have money, go out and get another job, whatever you gotta do to buy more Bitcoin Cash, and then you'll stop complaining about not having any money. Yeah? All right, I'm out. Later.